Hey, welcome to the Sharing Jesus podcast, where we share stories, awesome ministry moments, and everything in between. And today, we are talking about restaurants, food, our favorite restaurants, best meal ever, the most expensive meal we've ever paid for. We're going to stick in Central Arkansas for this first segment, talk about some fast food, burger joints, pizza places, sit-down restaurants, lunch and dinner, all of the above. And so we'll be in Central Arkansas for the first little bit of this episode. Let's talk about some fast food.
Well, I just a while ago, I'll tell you, I was looking at the clock. We've been having fun for about 25 minutes. We should have recorded the first 25.
Usually happens every day we record.
Yeah,
so. Absolutely. And my stomach is grumbling. It's rumbling. I love food. One of my two favorite things.
Hopefully today we can figure out the age-old question, what's for lunch? We can figure that out right now in this podcast.
Just a little shout out. Go back to, I think it's episode 5. Y'all go check out our Food at Church Fellowships episode.
True.
In the ministry, a lot of things happen around food.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So this is always a fun topic for us to cover.
It's biblical.
That's right.
Jesus
Very
did
biblical.
Fellowship.
That's right. Fellowship, getting to know
There's
one
something
another.
you can do around food. Just fellowship and talk and share stories.
Pre-resurrection, a lot of food. Post-resurrection, he's serving up food. Mm-hmm.
So we'll be in Central Arkansas, like I said. We got Little Rock, Hot Springs, Benton, Bryant, Conway. There's other smaller towns in between too. So let's talk about fast food, burger, pizza, sit-down restaurants. We'll kind of be around that, and kind of our favorites.
Okay.
What we think is the best. So who wants to kick this off?
Right now, there's some people that you name a restaurant and like say Taco Bell, and people are going to go, yeah. But I really like Taco Bell. I know this is all so subjective,
especially when you get lunch in a show. I mean, the day we ate Taco Bell,
that is true. Yes.
Oh, we have got to talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
So Pastor buys meals all the time. I'm glad that I can, and I love to do it. And so I grabbed the guys.
We love when you do that too. Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you, Pastor.
And so I said, hey, listen, we've got about an hour for lunch. Let's hurry up and get back. Do we want to? The debate during COVID was we didn't go in many restaurants.
No.
Right. So do we take it?
And Taco Bell wasn't open for dine-in at the time.
No.
Correct. So
yes.
the debate: do we go back to the office or eat in the car?
Yeah.
And it was a pretty day. It was when it was starting to get warm.
It was a gorgeous day. So I said, I pull over there. I said, you were saying go to the park. I didn't want to drive all the way to Tyndall Park or wherever we were thinking about. So I just pull up to, I said, intersection. You never know what's going to happen at an intersection.
Right.
I was joking when I said, well, let's pray for a wreck. Okay.
I don't know if he was.
Yeah, well,
some exciting stuff happened.
We crack open the food. We're handing it out.
That's right.
Okay, everybody. I got my chalupa. I love that chalupa thing, deluxe.
Exactly. We got one bite into our taco, and what happened?
All of a sudden,
sirens are going off.
Start going everywhere. And right on Military Road in Benton, there is a rib crib restaurant right beside the Taco Bell restaurant, and we're trying to figure out which direction the sirens are headed and going and coming from and all that. So we
keep getting closer.
We're parked right kind of by Rib Crib and Taco Bell in the big parking lot.
Parking lot.
Look to our left because we're facing Planet Fitness intersection right there. And so we're looking at there's a ton of stuff, action. All of a sudden,
we're like stuffing our face with some tacos.
2 or 3 police cars pull up on this police car in the drive-through at Rib Crib.
Oh yeah,
and we find out that there is a firearm incident. I don't know.
Oh yeah, jump out of the car, putting a vest on. This one guy had just an unmarked truck he was in. He jumps out, pulls his vest, puts it on, guns out, and they're approaching the window.
One cop had his gun drawn.
Yeah.
And the other cop was like yelling for this guy
to get out of the truck. Yeah. I was like, he's just trying to get some ribs.
And
it was crazy.
We're like, Pastor, pull over there. Like, because we're turned. It was to our left. Yeah.
He pulls up right beside him.
He does not care. He pulls up right in front of him.
And we're just eating tacos.
And just puts it in park.
Yeah.
Y'all were fussing at me, and there you go, got me back. Y'all were fussing at me. Why are you getting so close? I said, well, it's a parking lot.
Yeah,
it's parking lot.
And it was funny too because the guy ended up getting out of the truck, and I think there was somebody probably accused him of something because he got out and they talked it out and they figured it out. But it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was fun times.
It was funny in our vehicle.
Yeah, fun times around fast food. So Caleb, fast food, we're talking about it right now. You're young guy, not yet married, about to be married, living on your own. You're probably a fast food connoisseur. Like, you know where it is. What would you say?
I get excited when all the coupons come in the mail.
I'm telling you.
Do you use coupons?
Yeah, me and my roommate, we'll go do like the $4.99 at Burger King. Which
Y'all get your scissors out on Wednesday nights and cut out your coupons.
Disclaimer, Burger King, if you're selling 2 meals for $3.99 or $4.99, obviously it's terrible food. But, I mean, we don't care. We ate school lunches growing up. So.
It fills you up.
They're on a budget.
So, fast food, I know there's a lot of different areas we can go in fast food, but what would you say is like your go-to, like you can eat it every day, fast food? What would you say?
I did it for a year and a half too because I worked there, but everybody loves Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, and they're the king to me. They're the king of actual. If you say fast food,
drive-through, fast food,
they're the king.
They even talking about getting better and improving. Chick-fil-A has the drive-through line system down.
But
they have perfected it, I think. Well, they're still working on it.
Central Arkansas.
Yeah.
If I had to go to just a number 2, like a second restaurant, and there wasn't Chick-fil-A around, but
certain restaurants would lead you to number 2.
Yeah, it's around here for the most part. Slim Chickens.
Slim Chickens.
Yeah, I love Texas toast, and they serve Texas toast with all their meals.
Absolutely. Texas toast with their meals. So let's tell us real quick, what's your go-to meal at Chick-fil-A? What's your go-to meal?
4-count strip.
4-count strip meal.
Yeah.
4-count strip meal.
The strips are better, and John Christ agrees with me too.
Yeah.
Or I agree with John Christ, either one. But the strips are better than nuggets.
Strips are better than nuggets. Okay. So who wants to go next? We're talking fast food. What's your go-to fast food?
Of course, when the kids were little, the go-to was McDonald's. I remember when we had 3 kids. Okay, we still do, but they're no longer in the house, and except for Allie, she moved back in, and
with her dog.
Yep, with her dog, and anyway, so Caleb moved out. Allie and the dog moved back.
Sorry,
in.
I threw you for a loop, Pastor. I'm sorry.
Did.
Every time I bring that dog up,
you made me hesitate.
Yeah.
And but we could all family of 5 eat for less than $25
at a point in time. Not anymore.
No.
It's just crazy. I remember getting a 10-count meal for $5.
y'all getting the adult meal plus obviously inflation, but
large drink, large fry.
Talking about,
I do not care for McDonald's anymore.
Talking about McDonald's though, the Happy Meal toys have totally changed. When I was a kid, they were like really like pretty cool.
Yeah, it was always action figures and stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's like learn your ABC. It's like, what?
Well, that's a good thing to learn your ABCs.
Nobody wants that toy.
Sean,
so fast food.
Sean, what is there a restaurant, fast food you're going to go to and a fast food you're going to avoid?
That's good.
I'm trying to throw you.
All right. So there's a point in time. I have ventured back in. Okay, I have. But there was a point in time where we got on this steam everything kick, steam vegetables, steam fish.
Yeah.
Yes. And so after like weeks of steaming everything, we just couldn't take it anymore. So we're like, let's go to Taco Bell.
I went cholesterol.
I went to Taco Bell and like I just felt so lethargic and nasty afterward. Yeah, true. Yeah.
That's why it's so good.
It was horrible.
This is going to sound crazy,
It was
but
horrible.
The best Taco Bell is in Monticello, Arkansas.
It was bad. And
I'll
so
explain later.
I have
It threw
ventured
your
back
body
into
for a
it.
loop,
It
yeah.
threw my body for a loop. I have ventured back, but I'm very, very selective on what I get. As far as fast food right now, we've really enjoyed since they opened up. I don't know if anybody's brought them up, but Jersey Mike's. I really enjoy Jersey Mike's right now.
That's what I was. Yes, they don't have a drive-through, but people, it is worth going up. Get the app. I'm like a Jersey Mike's fan. They should pay me for marketing.
Jersey Mike's is trying to get like in the swing of things in
Best
Central
sub in town.
Arkansas because they got a little storefront. They're trying to get people acclimated, but it's always packed.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it is best. Yeah, best sub in town.
Absolutely.
The staff is only going to get generally a 43 and a number 9.
I didn't know they had
That's
anything
true.
else on the menu. I think
Let's-
43 is it.
Let's
for me.
go to Rob on this fast food, and then let's go back around and talk about the ones we would avoid.
Okay.
Because I didn't know, I never hit that, but I have
Man.
one.
But I've got a quick question on fast food. Would Nukes count as fast food?
They do have a drive-through.
They do,
They
but
do.
it's like the bigger restaurants that have drive-throughs. I don't think it's fast food.
I was just curious.
My
So it's
qualification
tacos
would
for
be no.
life. Is that fast
Okay.
food? No. All right. Fair enough.
All right. Well-
fast food chain places you're going to find pretty much anywhere around here. Oh man. Right now I'm on a Slim's kick. I've learned this new
Oh,
umbrella
boy.
method of eating the wings, the bone in.
Can y'all send me that? I was trying to show and explain that to Melissa.
The TikTok.
Yes. Can y'all send me that?
We can
Yes,
find it somewhere.
I'll find it somewhere. I don't even have TikTok, but I found it. It's the umbrella method of dipping your flat wings, you know, the 2-bone wings. It's changed my life, and I feel like I got to like catch up on all the missed wing eating that I missed out on.
I need to learn that method because I don't eat wings because they're so messy.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
I
one
eat
hand's gonna-
boneless wings because I can just they're not as
Get
messy.
fork or- yeah.
Correct.
So one hand you can keep clean. The other one's going to be messy with the wings, but one hand you can keep clean with the umbrella method. I'll just continue to show you. But-
I'm not as good as he is, but I enjoyed his method. Is awesome.
Yeah, and I don't eat ribs either because I don't want to get messy.
Oh,
I mean, like
man.
at lunchtime or
I'm like,
Sean's
I'm
not
like
an
to
eater.
crave ribs to want to get them.
Sean is not a messy eater. He probably cuts his rice in half. I don't know. He's just very
there for a while. I did go to Colton's and cut my roll in half
okay. All right.
because the honey it would get on my hands and then my hands would be sticky.
Okay, we're
Yeah.
gonna send you with some gloves to eat anyway.
Finger
But
licking good.
what I'm gonna stay away from, there's two part here. Part of it's because
You
my
could say
wife.
2 places you'd stay away
Two,
from.
well, two. One of them's out of obligation. I have to. My wife, she despises McDonald's. Like,
Yeah.
just can't smell it. Like, it's just something about the smell of McDonald's. Just can't do it. So, if I'm ever by myself and I'm ever driving a long distance, I'm pulling through a McDonald's and I'm getting a Big Mac meal. I don't know. It's just something that I do. Get the Big Mac. Enjoy that sauce.
I asked this question the other day though: is the Big Mac really big anymore? I mean,
All the
It's
rest of the
kinda
sandwiches
small.
are the same or bigger, right? Yeah,
I know exactly.
Yeah, they
So,
didn't mess
anyhow.
with it. But Burger King, I'm staying away from. Last time I've eaten Burger King, I was with you, Caleb.
Yeah.
It was a Wednesday. That Wednesday night going into Thursday was just awful for me. I almost didn't even get to preach that night. I told you what my message was, and here's the outline in case something happens.
Oh boy!
I
I
remember
don't know. It was
day.
like food poisoning or something, like body aches. Just
It's
I
when
remember
they were.
that.
It's when that, and they still do. It's when they were selling their 10-piece nuggets for $1.49.
yeah, and I was like,
Ooh.
man, that's a deal. And then after I got done eating them, I was like, maybe there's a reason they're 149.
That's
I
kind of.
think that's what got me.
That tells you
Burger
something.
King, I'm staying away from it.
Okay.
Obviously, they're making profit, but they're selling 10 nuggets for $1.49.
Yeah,
That's true.
Absolutely.
I wonder how much their markup is.
Ooh.
Best value at a fast food, like best value. It's like you got $5.
Yeah, $5.
Yeah.
Oh, going to Taco Bell all
Me
day.
too.
Okay.
They,
Yeah.
they
For
got the
the-
best value meal. Like
For the
their-
box? For the Cravings
well,
box?
the Cravings box is actually pretty good, but they change it up every now and
Well-
again. We'll mess it up. But they got a menu of like dollar items that are good. And they got the best like
I
value
just thought
meal.
of a place that I may swing, and that's Popeyes.
Popeyes is good.
I like
You know,
Popeyes. Do they still have that $5 box too?
Baptist preacher, chicken must die. So
Okay.
What's a place you're avoiding, Sean?
Yeah. So again, I've worked it back in. There's no. I can't sit here and say I'm avoiding that place. I'll eat them all. But Taco Bell is one that I've just now kind of
Got
eased
back
back
into.
into.
sound like his Burger King experience.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to take a lot for me to get back into Burger King.
What about
A lot.
you?
What's your
well,
favorite?
I mentioned it. My favorite,
The stomach
No.
of steel.
What the place you're avoiding?
the place I mentioned it. I'm probably right now last on my list will be McDonald's, and I think probably just because as a young adult with kids, I
You got
burned
burned
out.
out.
I burned out on it.
Burned
Okay.
out.
Is Panda Express fast food?
Yes,
Yes.
that's all they do.
I'm avoiding Panda Express.
Yeah.
It's
They're
not our
actually
favorite.
Their spring rolls are actually pretty good.
I like Panda Express.
Well, I can eat anything.
One
I've said it
place
from
we've
the pulpit,
all come
but-
to love,
Yeah.
and I don't know another. I've never seen another one in Bryant, Arkansas. It's Don Pepe's
Oh
or
yeah,
Don Peps. I don't know how.
Don,
what
Don
people-
Pepe's. I really enjoyed Don Pepe's.
and it's fast food because
Yeah.
It's a Mexican style Subway.
It's just a
Yes.
hair. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Moe's
Yep.
drive through.
It's a lot. It's,
Other
it's a
areas
lot
have
better than
Qdoba.
ours.
Atmosphere is really cool,
Yep.
but it's really good.
Chipotle, very similar type meal, but Don Pepe's is
All right,
pretty
I like Don Pepe's.
we're still in Central Arkansas. Let's talk about burger
Speaking of Don
joints or
Pepe's today,
burgers.
it is Taco Tuesday.
Okay, swapping the burgers and
Burger joints or burgers, Central Arkansas.
Oh boy.
Central Arkansas burger. Oh,
there's going to be a lot of agreement here at the table, but our two favorites here at this table is going to be David's Burgers and the Burger Shack.
Yep. There's a third one you're missing though.
There is.
I'm going to disagree
I wanna
on
see.
both of those.
Where are you going?
The best burger in Saline County or Central Arkansas. I'm go out on a limb here.
I know what he's going to say.
I mean, I will go to Freddy's like that for fast food burgers. The best one's Texas Roadhouse. Caleb turned me on to those. Texas Roadhouse has a phenomenal burger.
I
Never
haven't
tried
had 'em.
it.
I haven't had one.
I told Caleb once I was going to buy him a steak.
They're good because they
for helping me at
toast
the
their
house.
buns and everything.
Yeah, and he comes and he orders a burger. I'm like, dude, you're eating a burger. We got steak here. And so next time I went, I had a burger, and I was like, I know why he ordered the burger.
Oh, really?
It was
if
really
I go
good.
to Texas Roadhouse, I either get, if I'm not getting a steak, because sometimes I don't want to spend $20 or something, I'll either get the grilled pork chops or the burger, because all three of them are very good.
So interesting. We have, of course, Burger Shack's been mentioned. We have David's Burgers. Also, Salem Dairy Bar, I really enjoy. And
I've
we
had Salem
did go
Dairy Bar.
to we did go to Texas Roadhouse last night.
Did you have a burger?
Here's the deal: Spencer had the mini burgers.
Dude, they do them on the rolls.
He was full.
Uh-oh.
Yes, they do them on the rolls.
So you
He got
to
a
eat one.
plain cheeseburger.
Oh.
Yeah,
Plain cheeseburger.
plain.
Yeah, plain. With just
Meat and cheese.
Meat and cheese. That's it.
okay.
Kind of like Caleb gets.
Okay.
But Spencer, he was full after 3 bites, so I had to do it because of
Yeah.
what you've always told me.
Okay.
It was really, really, really good, and that was just simply a plain cheeseburger.
Yeah.
So
And they put them on the Texas Roadhouse roll. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
I mean, did you put any like honey butter on it and then eat it?
well, that was before the whole meal even began.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to
But
go.
no, it was great, and so if that was good, the burger ought to be great.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Obviously, everybody knows I go to Burger Shack like once or twice a week. I love Burger Shack, but
They know him by name.
Oh, by the
They
way,
know exactly what he orders.
I've had,
Great atmosphere there. Great people.
Yeah.
Owners are great. Yes.
It's a really good restaurant. I've been going to Fat Boys a lot lately in Arkadelphia, and they served what we served at Sawyer's
Central
Steakhouse.
Arkansas, yeah.
Sawyer's Steakhouse in Hamburg. They had brioche buns,
Hey, brioche is good.
and the meat and quality in their burgers are amazing.
Okay.
And I think like 4 of us got burgers last night, and it was Fat Boys, and it's some of our church members' parents own that place over there. So
Yeah, so
really good restaurant.
It is a very good restaurant. On Fridays, the butcher shop in Little Rock, they put signs out. That's the only way you know they're going to do it. But they have a great deal for less than $10.
Really?
You can go into the butcher shop and all you can eat fries.
Talking about downtown.
Yep. No. Down there by Financial Center Parkway.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
Great hamburger.
trying to remember
Yeah,
the name
real
of that
good.
road they're on.
Can't remember.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Anyway,
that
right
cut
there.
through road. Get
Yeah.
on the
And of course,
interstate. Yeah.
there's a burger that would tie a lot of these burgers, and I've had it several times. A bacon cheeseburger at Rib Crib, and it's good.
Rib Crib is a good burger. It's probably for the value. It's like one of the cheapest things on the menu, and it's really good.
There's this YouTuber I follow, and he has a T-shirt with some of the he has a lot of money, so he travels all over the country. But he has a T-shirt with the top 10 burger joints in the U.S.
Is it because he travels around and eats?
Yes.
Maybe I should do that. Maybe that's my true calling.
Yeah. And that's not like his main, but like he does that on the side. Like people know that's gonna be part of every episode he does.
What's Brother Rob do on Fridays and Saturdays? Oh, he travels around and eats burgers.
Yeah.
The gospel with a burger.
I've always thought
That's
that'd be
pretty good.
cool to do on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's keep rolling. We kind of talked about our favorite burger places. Pizza.
I definitely have an
Pizza,
opinion
pizza.
here.
Pizza.
Yep, you've got your Little Caesars, you've got your Pizza Huts, you've got your Domino's, you got all those chains.
Real-
But around here, if I had to have only one pizza,
One.
it's going to be at Nuke's.
Nuke's has got a great
Nick's
pizza.
has a good pizza.
And
They
if
got
I
a lot
had
of
to
options.
pick,
Yeah.
Their crust
That's-
is really good.
Yeah.
Yes.
that's what sells me.
Does
is
everybody
that
like crust? Is the crust an important
It's a
part?
thin crust. It's a little bit crispy, the char taste is just right.
Yeah.
I can go with that.
There's a lot of other good pizzas.
Rob did turn me on to the best pizza. It's the best thing at Nuke's. It's the Nuke's Q pizza. It's very, very good.
Yeah.
Very good, but it's not the best pizza in town.
No, it's not.
I didn't claim for that. I told you which one I'm getting.
I'm going to let Rob tell you the best pizza in town.
See, I like a pizza like it's got to be good quality. Like if I'm just in a ordering for the church and whatever, gonna get Domino's, right? It's right there. It's good pizza. They got a good assortment.
Don't let me down. I know what you're gonna say.
If I'm gonna go out and have a fun time with family and all that, it's probably gonna go to Larry's Pizza, right? You can't go wrong with Larry's Pizza. However, the best pizza in Saline County, best pizza I've ever had put into my mouth, is a place over in Bryant on Marketplace.
That's what I'm talking about. You didn't let me down.
It's Brooklyn Pizza. It is the same family that owns Verona, the Italian restaurant, which is also the best Italian restaurant, bar none. Central Arkansas, best Italian is at Verona here in Benton. But the pizza, the quality, how they do it, the New York style pizza. And if you want to go get a slice of pizza and you're talking, like, it don't even fit on this table. It's so big.
I agree.
And it's well priced. It's well priced pizza.
The lunch special, what is it? $7.99?
You get 2 slices of pizza and a drink. But many people thinking the Domino's slice of pizza, right? No, this is a like 20-inch large slice of pizza. It's huge, and you get 2 of them and a drink for $7.99.
Yeah, I agree.
Fill you up.
I agree. The reason I let Rob take it is because he did the sign work for him. By the way, great job on the signs. And yeah, it's the best pizza in town. So
I like it. I can't go there if I'm with Ellie, though, because she's not a fan of it. Which everybody's not a fan of every place.
Sure.
But my favorite pizza place,
I know what it is.
Lost Pizza.
Lost Pizza. They got a great pie.
Now, tell us why.
Lost Pizza's good.
Well, one reason I fell in love, and I don't get it every time, but it's that dessert pizza, chocolate cheesecake.
Chocolate cheesecake pizza.
But
Put
I
me one
also
on the table.
I'm a meat lover. All the bacon, sausage, pepperoni, all the meats, and they have a really good thin crust. They pile the meat on there.
Yeah,
I like that.
Lost Pizza is good. I will say that probably Hideaway probably has a great atmosphere. Big building, looks nice.
Atmosphere's better at Hideaway.
Had a pizza there. Wasn't it wasn't anything to write home about.
Yeah.
But
so place aside, just talk crust. Are you a thin crust, hand tossed, or thick crust?
For years, I was Pizza Hut deep pan pizza. I love deep pan. And I think it was, it's the buttery, it's the thickness, it's the texture, loved it all. But here lately, it's that thin crust at Nuke's has really, that's been the go-to.
I'm the same way. I've always been thick crust, and I loved it until this past year. I've been going to thin crust.
Yeah,
because some
You're
of the
getting older, man.
Some of the thick crust is like so thick. Like on the
You're
bottom,
just eating bread.
Yeah, on the bottom of the pizza, I'm eating more bread than the pizza.
Yeah, true.
And I know it's kind of relative because it depends on what you get. Obviously, if you get a meat lovers, it's going to be tough, for a thin crust to hold it all. It'll just flop over and everything will fall off.
True.
So we do have to factor. Correct. You do have to have that foundation. So
and the right amount of that it'll hold up.
Correct.
Like you said, it don't just.
And so I get it. But it just depends what we're getting. But I've been really, really fond of Domino's thin crust. If we're just we're not talking best pizza or anything.
You stole my line there.
So Domino's thin crust, it's basically it reminds me
it's good.
The communion cracker.
It's thin.
Does it have a crunch?
It does have a crunch.
Yeah, it's got a crunch.
I really enjoy
awesome.
it.
The Domino's thin crust. You're right, Sean. People are sleeping on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, last thing about Central Arkansas, sit down restaurant, lunch and dinner.
Let's do lunch first because not all you
True.
prefer to have one. So lunch, sit down. What you doing? I got one local. If y'all want me to go first, I'll probably steal it.
Go for it.
There's nothing. Sean said this. Rob, I think I got them figured out. They don't have anything on the menu that doesn't taste good. And I was like, "You're right, dude. Everything they have tastes good." It's awesome. Blue House.
Oh, yeah.
In Bryant.
Yes.
The atmosphere, the service, the quality
This
of
isn't on the list, though,
the food.
their breakfast is my favorite.
Yeah. And Yeah, their breakfast is awesome. If you're up on a Saturday and maybe got up late, they only do breakfast on Saturdays.
Yeah.
It's 7 a.m. to noon or 1. It's breakfast only, and they got specials and all kinds of stuff. But Blue House is definitely my lunch spot. I had a sandwich the other day, a turkey deluxe. Oh man, it's no, the turkey melt. It was awesome.
Wait a second. We did, and I agree with you 100%. It's a great lunch spot, great atmosphere. They're always busy, never had a bad thing. You had their burger the other day.
Yeah, it's burger's good.
And I had their pimento cheeseburger that was really, really good.
I wasn't going to put their burger above Texas Roadhouse just simply because of the size. Texas Roadhouse
Got bigger.
It's a big burger.
But their burger was really good. I'm not going to put a stamp on it just yet. I've only had one burger there. Might have had their best one. You know, I need to go scientific method. Got to go 3 times. You know,
food for sure.
Yeah.
The of course, most everybody in church knows that mine and Karen's favorite sit-down restaurant is Outback, and it's not because there's not a better steak somewhere or something. We do love their steak. I think just because she and I both love the seasoning that they use on the steak.
Yeah.
We always get a ribeye. Every now and then, I'm a pasta fan. Like you'd mentioned pasta earlier, and
they got some
I haven't met pasta I don't like. I love Verona's. I love Pasta Jacks. There's but every now and then I'll get anything Cajun, anything spicy at a sit down restaurant. But just speaking for Karen and myself, we do love some Outback. There are some other really nice places to sit down and eat. Were you and Ellie going sit down restaurant?
Just for lunch?
Just for lunch.
Oh, we're going to Burger Shack.
Oh, all right.
Y'all got a other favorite besides Burger Shack?
We bounce from Burger Shack to Nukes.
Burger Shack and Nukes.
Yeah.
And that's what we were discussing, was that we were trying to figure out, like Lost Pizza, is that a fast food? It's not. Is Tacos for Life fast food?
Yeah.
Is it a sit down? Karen doesn't like the Tacos for Life because the food overall is a little spicy, and she doesn't do spicy.
Gotcha. Okay.
We're going to Melissa and Sean. Where y'all going? Sit down restaurant
Sit
here
down
in
restaurant,
Central Arkansas,
lunch, just lunch. You know,
or even supper.
the good
I call it
palate
supper.
of Sean Collins. Where are you going for lunch?
And right after you tell us this, let's jump on dinner too.
Wherever Pastor says go. That's where we're going.
Yeah, so as far as lunch around here, if I'm going to take her somewhere in Saline County,
Central Arkansas.
Yeah.
It could be Little Rock.
And there's so many we're forgetting.
oh,
well,
yes,
you can't
I
name them
know.
all. Like Threefold Noodle is
Oh,
awesome.
yes. Yeah. And we were
In
talking about
Little
the
Rock.
marketplace earlier in Conway
Yeah, like it's some awesome stuff out there. But if Sean was picking one,
for lunch.
where would you go? Just lunch. You can drive anywhere, so that's
I'm trying to think of Little Rock. See, we don't.
Make it
y'all
easy.
like that
You're
to-
just going to lunch.
What about Tzatziki's? Y'all like that?
You can take me to lunch, Sean. Where are you taking Rob?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so like if we were just going to go somewhere for lunch,
And
I mean,
Sean had
like
to pick.
we like Blue House, but she's only been there once, so it's kind of
Gotcha.
tough, because
Gotcha. Sure, sure.
we can't do the whole sit down lunch thing very often because of the way our lives are.
Yeah.
But so Blue House, we both enjoy that, so we could go if we were just going to go for a simple lunch in Saline County. That's where we would go.
Shout out to Blue House if you want to sponsor this podcast.
Yeah. And we mentioned Threefold, but her and I have never been to Threefold together. I know. So yeah, guys, I'm really struggling on this one. There was one place that came to me, but I'm drawing a blank.
Sit down restaurant, Rob.
Sitting down restaurant, dinner?
Oh, we did
Yeah.
dinner now?
Yeah, we're jumping on dinner.
Dinner.
You going out to dinner? Say, hey.
Going out to dinner, I said it
I'm gonna wear
pre-show.
blue
We
jeans.
were talking about it. I've only been there once, but I'm very proud of the atmosphere, the presentation of the food, the quality of food, the ingredients.
Oh, we haven't even got here yet.
This is good stuff. Blue Heaven that just opened up in Benton. It is. I know
Sean
it's
is
only-
only making that sound because it's in Benton.
It's
Go ahead.
in Benton.
It's because
It's
of what it
in-
used to be.
No. I mean, I just can't get away from the fact. And Rob, I trust your palate. You've got a great palate, and I will
telling
go
you.
there. But I'm telling you, I can't get past it. It's in Saline County, and there is no fine dining in Saline County.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Stay with me to part 2 because I'm going to get you to fine dining.
There is slightly some fine dining in Benton, but not as much as Blue Heaven.
This is the superior restaurant. I thought Baja.
You lost me.
I thought Baja Grill was going to be pretty good. Their food quality. Haven't been there yet. They've been up and down with service hours and because of no workers and all that. But I will say their quality of food at Baja is really good. But the restaurant experience that I experienced this past Friday night, went out to eat with some church members. My goodness, I was shocked, and I'm a foodie. I was shocked. I was like, I don't have to drive anywhere to go have a great dinner. I'm telling you,
that's pretty good.
I just wanted to
but
list
here's the
off.
deal. Let me. I will help Blue Heaven, and I hope you're listening. I saw a baked potato in foil. Take it out of the foil.
Take it out of the foil.
Take it out of the foil.
I took it out of the foil.
No, you don't need to. They need to do it for you. If it's fine dining, a potato better not come in foil. When I was born, I was shipped from one hospital to another in foil. Take it out.
Take it out of the foil.
And plus, you lost me when you said you can play bago out there. Fine dining doesn't have bago. I'm really passionate about this.
I can tell.
And I'm going to go because I trust your palate.
But what does Pastor always say?
We're going to do a part 2.
If you look for what you want to find wrong in the place, you're going to find it.
Oh,
so go in with an open mind.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, just hang with us till part 2, boys and girls.
We're gonna come back.
We're gonna do a segment.
But hey, that was just me. That was the first one. We got 3 more sit down restaurants to go. My goodness, didn't think I was gonna strike a nerve here, people.
And you may have already said it, but where y'all going to dinner? If you're sitting down,
sit down.
You just already said it though. I know you did.
True, and it's going to be Outback right there. But at the same time, I've only taken her there once, I believe, and we went with a field trip, a bunch of senior saints, to Conway, the marketplace. I do want to give a shout out to the marketplace.
Yeah,
it is a unique restaurant.
You took us there.
I don't believe it's a chain, and
I don't think it is.
They have the most unique menu, and lots of cool food.
We did go there just recently. Pastor says, "Hey,
don't eat a quick dinner."
Rob was asleep, and he looks back at Caleb and I. He says, "Hey, y'all want to eat a quick meal, or head on back?" And Caleb kind of went, "Well, I could eat." And so
we pull up in.
We pull up in the marketplace, order our drinks. Pastor orders the Cajun ribeye, and I lean over and say,
"Flamin' queso."
Yeah, and flaming queso that
literally
they lit on fire.
On fire.
And I lean over and say, "Wow, if this is a quick, if this
is a sit down meal, right?
It's exactly. If this is a quick meal, I'd hate to see a sit down." So, but anyhow, it was great. Thank you, Pastor.
Yes, sir, and I'm glad we got in, and there was no wait.
All right, I got to let my blood pressure go down. Caleb, is it? Is it ready? We ready for a break?
Almost. If we're doing
2 restaurants to go. Yeah.
If we're doing sit down,
sit down dinner, where are you going?
Goodness.
It caught you off guard like we did Sean.
Yeah.
I hadn't been thinking.
And I haven't been here yet, but Little Rock has Samantha's. I heard it was really good.
I'm going to help Caleb out. He and Ellie do love a nice sit-down meal at Dizzy's restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah, that was our very first date to Dizzy's, and I love Dizzy's. The service, as far as lack of employment,
Dizzy's Gypsy Bistro.
It's kind of tough right now, but all their food's always been really good. And we love their dip with the chicken inside of the cheese dip.
And matter of fact, Dizzy's is a transplant because it used to be in Benton. I used to go there for lunch all the time.
Yeah.
And
cool.
and they moved to Little Rock. They're doing a great job. Although I will say I went there.
Will you go there even though you know they came from Benton?
No, I won't go there. I went there.
Psychological wall there.
I went there a few years ago. Matter of fact, it was on our staff dinner. And to be honest with you, I wasn't impressed anymore.
Yeah.
I wasn't impressed.
That was my first time to go, and I was like,
I don't know if I'm a food snob. I may be, but I just thought it was better in Saline County.
You and Rob are food snobs.
For
foodies,
me,
man.
But
for
y'all,
me,
you're experienced food critics, which helps me.
I'm also a golf snob too. I really only prefer to play at the Village, but okay.
for me, if I'm going into a restaurant, even if the food's mediocre, but the place, the atmosphere is awesome, I still like it. That's just how I am, though.
okay.
Speaking of critics, Sean is also a writing instrument connoisseur.
Well, yes. So as far as sit down for me, I'm going to save. All right, we're going to get to part 2. So I'm going to save one of them. Okay, one of the sit downs, but there's 2. There's 2, and they're not in Saline County.
Okay.
Not N-O-T.
Not.
I really enjoy Local Lime. I just love the atmosphere. I love the promenade. Okay.
It was great.
As far as just like a basic like sit down meal. And I'm going to call Local Lime just kind of a go sit down and just enjoy the atmosphere and walk around, go to the Apple store, whatever, go to a few shops.
That's a nice sit down.
There's also Yaya's down there.
Oh.
Really good sit down
That's
restaurant.
one of mine and Ellie's favorites.
Man.
Thank you, Rob. Yaya's is very, very, very good too. I do enjoy Yaya's.
Can't go wrong with either one of those.
You can't go wrong with either one. I would actually, you're right, I would put Yaya's just a hair above Local Lime, of course.
Yeah.
But Local Lime is just one that we could go to anytime.
Yeah.
Yaya's is kind of a special one.
Special occasion.
I really enjoy. Oh Lord, I've been up since 5:30.
Oh my!
You had a lot of time to think about this one.
The average price at Yaya's is a smidgen higher than Local Lime.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Local Lime, your average price could be about $12 a plate.
Maybe Y'all's advertises as fine dining.
Bonefish.
Bonefish.
Yeah, Bonefish.
Okay.
Have not
All
been
right.
there.
Yeah, Bonefish is very, very good. Melissa and I will go there, and again, it's just kind of a, we go there. Yeah, it's real good.
Yeah.
They've got some good deals on the menu.
Yeah.
But,
That's
you
good.
can also, pay a little bit. So,
Sure.
depends what you get.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to dive back into some of our favorite restaurants in the country where we've ever been to, where we've been traveling through. We're going to talk about some of the best meals we've ever had and the most expensive meals we've ever paid for. We will be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 11. We're talking about food, restaurants, and we're in the second segment. We're going to dive into our favorite restaurants we've ever been to anywhere in the country, whether we're traveling, and they could still be in Arkansas if they're our favorite. We're going to talk about the best meal we've ever had and the most expensive meal we've ever paid for.
Gotcha.
And when we dive into that most expensive meal, that's just for like maybe a couple, right? That's not for like, hey, I'm covering the whole table.
Sure, just a couple.
Yeah.
You didn't cover the tab for a whole table, and just a couple, most expensive items, something like
All
that.
right, Rob, favorite restaurant.
Well, I already know what yours is, Caleb. You're going to say Burger Shack. You already said it. First one is probably going to be, no, I'm kidding. Favorite, if you know me well, you can ask my wife this, what is his favorite restaurant? And she's going to get it, and she knows what I'm going to order to. We actually planned a vacation around this restaurant.
All right.
Literally, where we were staying in our hotel was next door to a cheesecake factory. Cheesecake Factory.
In Dallas.
I've eaten it several in Dallas, but I've eaten at them. My vacation, we went 3 years in a row, went to Waikiki Beach, stayed at the Moana Surf Rider that's right next to Cheesecake Factory. But anywhere else, I've been to them in Orlando. Big cities have them, but man, it is the best restaurant in my opinion, bar none. Nothing else is touching it. It's the best restaurant. It's got a very huge menu. You can't go wrong. You're gonna like something there.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with the Cajun jambalaya pasta. That's what I'm gonna get. It's
I've had that. I've had that very dish at.
It's just so good. You can't go wrong with it. And then I'm gonna have the I think it's called the Adams peanut butter cup cheesecake for dessert. Man, it is so good. And so like we go to vacation in Hawaii and we eat there like 3 times. That's
now, is that also the best meal you've ever had?
No, not the best meal I've ever had, but it's the consistently, no matter where you go, you're gonna get even the bread that they bring out to you. Ask for the brown bread. The brown bread is so much better. Get that. The appetizers, I always mix those up. The appetizers, you can get a lot. The nachos, they bring them out in a mountain of nachos, and it's so good. But the Cajun jambalaya pasta with the Adams peanut butter cup cheesecake, that's my meal. If you want to buy me a gift card ever and take me to Cheesecake Factory, I love you forever, whoever's listening to this. I
will have to try that cheesecake. I will say that every time that we go to LA, anytime we go to California to visit Melissa's folks, we always that's one of our go-tos also. It is very good.
I mean, if they had one in Little Rock, I'd just have to move to Little Rock.
That's what I was just asking.
I'd be
Sean.
broke.
I didn't think we had one in Little Rock.
No, there's not a Cheesecake Factory in Arkansas.
What's the closest one?
Dallas.
Probably Dallas. There's one outside of New Orleans, but drive time, it's probably.
Is there one in Memphis?
I don't know. There's not one in Memphis because I'd be at it all the time.
So Dallas will be the closest.
Dallas is probably going to be your closest Cheesecake Factory. Yep.
Yeah.
Sean, favorite restaurant anywhere?
Oh wow.
Or best meal you've ever had?
Oh, well, okay. So Arthur's Steakhouse in Little Rock, it's very tasty, very, very good. It is a special meal place. It is kind of an anniversary place. We went there last year. Very, very good. Great steak. You have to, you get to pick your own knife, which that's pretty cool. Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah. You get to pick your own knife.
Speaking of that, have any of y'all ever been to that we were talking about how to talk about steaks and all. Have y'all ever been to that River Market Steakhouse? Is that any good?
Never been.
I haven't either.
Downtown
I've been
Little Rock?
What's it called? Sunny
Williams.
Sunny Williams. I've been to that one.
Okay.
Very, very, very good. Pricey. Very good. Not the best, but very good.
I also really enjoy. There's a seafood place, Malibu Seafood. It's actually a fish market also.
Okay.
And it's sitting up on a hill. It's in Malibu.
Oh.
Yeah. And so sitting up on a hill there, you're overlooking the ocean, the Pacific Ocean with PCH right below you. It is really, really good too. It's great.
I've landed in the LAX airport probably 10, 15 times. I don't know how many going out of the country. But I don't. That does not count going to California. I have not been to California.
You've been at the airport.
Yes,
that's some good food.
It doesn't count.
But yeah, Arthur's is really, really good, and I'll get back to that in just a second.
Yeah, speaking of the LAX airport, one of my best on the go lunches was there. We had this ramen bowl at this restaurant. We've been back through LAX, couldn't find it because it's so big. Depends on where you're, where you're going. It might take you 45 minutes just to get to your next stop, right? But there was a ramen bowl at LAX. It was phenomenal. It was so good.
Y'all were headed to Hawaii or coming back?
We were headed to. Yep.
Gotcha.
Pastor, you done your favorite sit down?
I just want to go a little bit different direction. I have some great memories, favorite, and I got spoiled because I remember the first time way back in the 90s going to a restaurant. It's not really for the food, but for the atmosphere. It's called Rainforest Cafe.
Okay.
And, it's kind of a amusement style. You got aquariums everywhere.
Sure.
And then they'll have the thunderstorm that comes through and it shakes the place and lightning, and the animals are all animatronic in the restaurant and they go nuts, but I remember I got spoiled because the one I believe it's in Galveston, Texas, and it has a boat ride, a river boat ride that you can go through, and before you go eat, while you're waiting, you can jump in the boat. It takes you on a trail through the water, and you go through a waterfall. The waterfall splits right before you get to it. I hate to do a spoiler alert, but so you don't get wet, and then you
thank goodness.
Yes, and then you get out, and of course you can see all the fish in the aquarium, And back then, they've stopped doing it. Back then, they have the dessert called the volcano.
Okay.
And it's 10 layers of ice cream and all sorts of stuff. And they had sparklers that were shooting out sparks all over the place as they brought it to you, while the waiters hollering volcano, volcano, and coming through. And of course, everybody loved the atmosphere.
Now you don't have to go, so y'all know.
The kids are little, but guess what?
Poor
Because
little
of
kid
fire-
that got his eyebrows burned off by the sparklers. That's why they quit doing it.
That's the reason they quit doing it. Is apparently
Wait,
as a
are you
fire
serious?
hazard.
No, I just made it
Oh,
up.
okay.
Sounded good. That's how rumors get
But
started.
no, they
Sorry.
don't do sparklers anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fire hazard. But some of, as far as great memories
Code
at a
people,
restaurant,
man.
taking the and then other rainforest cafes don't have the boat ride. They're not as extravagant. Depends on where you go. But I've got a lot of neat memories taking the kids. It's because it's a little pricey. You're paying for the environment. I do enjoy splurging for the kids on a vacation.
Yeah.
It's a neat place to take the kids.
Sure.
Cool.
A lot of memories.
Love
there.
it.
Okay.
But as far as I just want to do a shout out because I'd never had it before. Karen and I had the opportunity to do a quick trip to Destin, Florida this weekend, and we've never been to a restaurant called Beauchamp's, and it's a very nice restaurant and sit down, of course, and ocean view. We had a great view, and but there was a dish that I was able to partake of. It's called Snapper Destin or Destin Snapper.
Yeah.
And it's this does not sound like it worked. The waiter said that it was featured on Better Homes and Gardens or whatever the magazine was, and it was collard greens with mashed potatoes
Very good.
with a grilled or
It was a stack.
yes, and it was grilled snapper on top of that, topped off with a huge grilled shrimp. Anyway, and
That's a
and he
four
said,
layer delight.
It
What that
doesn't
is.
sound like it would work, but my goodness, the quality and the taste
Fantastic.
blew me away. All
right.
It
All right.
was. It
Sounds
you know,
good.
I did not get the bill, but I want to say this. That it was worth the $40 if you have $40 to splurge in Destin. Of course, the wait is also about, depending on when you get there, you're going to wait an hour to 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get there at 5. people.
Beauchamps.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to have
You-
when we
you-
go to Beauchamps
you
here in
even
about a month.
Okay.
I'm having it.
You even had to wait.
was-
Did you have to wait then? Without saying anything, did you have to wait?
I did not have to wait. I walked
Okay.
right in the restaurant.
Okay.
Okay.
But that's another story.
Caleb,
Okay.
did you
Caleb.
do?
Favorite restaurant? I love seafood, and so when we go to the beach, and everybody know the same. It's like you get to have seafood. We don't get to taste that regularly here,
yes.
so like it's nice to go and eat something
As
you
far as fresh seafood,
haven't
yeah.
eaten in maybe a year. But we went. Rob recommended Fin and Fork, and they had this. It was like called like Southern Seafood Special.
Yeah.
And they had like Louisiana oysters, some shrimp from somewhere, crab legs, hush puppies. It was like a big pile of Southern food, and it was like the greatest. Like I didn't care about presentation. Like I saw all that food, and I was like, and it was like $25 or $26, but it was like that was like my favorite meal because it's something I never get to eat.
Okay. That's your favorite meal ever.
That was probably my favorite meal ever.
Wow, that's where my favorite meal was at Fin and Fork. That's why I recommended it. It was in Orange Beach. Now it's in Pensacola. I learned that. COVID got them, I guess. Don't know what happened, but that was my best meal I've ever eaten in my life was at Fin and Fork in Orange Beach. I had the seared tuna, and it was served with asparagus and mashed potatoes, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
It was
I had like 2 extra plates too with sides that came with that meal.
Yeah, like it's so good.
That so right now your favorite meal that you can remember or favorite place you've ever been to, Rob, where's that at?
Favorite place? I said it was Cheesecake Factory. That's it. Consistent. That's if Cheesecake Factory is available, I'm going to Cheesecake Factory. Best meal ever was at the Fin and Fork in Orange Beach. And then I'll say this, it's kind of a separate topic here, but I'll say this, the best steak I've ever had. A lot of good steaks out there. Best steak I've ever had. There's a place in Camden called the Sandbar, They've got 2 of the top 3 of my steaks that I've ever had eaten in Camden, Arkansas, where I'm from. But the best one was at McGuire's in Destin. They got the McGuire's Irish Pub, and there's like dollar bills stapled to the ceiling, like over 1 million of them in the building, just dollar bills stapled. They had the best steak I've ever eaten in my life.
I know that it didn't last long, but
I know what you're about to say because I was thinking about that steak too.
This Russell Wallace owned a restaurant in Hamburg, Arkansas. He kept the name Sawyer's Steakhouse, and he had a ribeye on there. I believe it was 14 ounces.
16.
Was it a 16-ounce ribeye? I could barely finish the whole thing, and I can eat a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he used, but cooked medium, the seasoning on it, and I know that
he went to Dallas for like a month to learn
how to cook a steak.
And it was probably not the best steak in the world, but it was definitely in the area.
Because it was Hamburg,
no steak was beating it.
It stood out.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like the Sandbar in Camden.
Well, anybody that wanted to go to get a steak, they were having to go to Little Rock or Monroe.
Sure.
But this could have beat out a lot of steaks there too. But
I would rank it above any of the ribeyes I've had at Texas Roadhouse, Outback. It was superior.
Yeah,
and he did a great job.
Probably sourced his meat from somewhere
he
special.
Did.
I think just timing in his
that's
life.
what killed him in the end, is because he was spending so much on his meat.
That's what you got to do. Sean, you said in the first segment, folks, I'm going to get you to fine dining.
We're here.
We are here. Spotlight is on you, brother.
Are we on the steak still?
A steak, or you can tie in the best meal you've ever had. You kind of already said that. Like Arthur's was the place. You already talked about your favorite restaurant.
Still going back to Arthur's.
Steak.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine dining, huh? That's it.
The steak, yes.
I've got to go to there. I've not been there.
Sean said, if you're not letting me pick my knife, I don't want it.
That's right.
That's right.
Melissa and I celebrated our 13th year anniversary, lucky number 13, yesterday. And we're going to go. Now, it all may change. This all may change. I'm going to go to 501. I think we made reservations for 501 Prime in Hot Springs.
Okay.
It was between there and the Bugler. 501 Prime the menu looked to be better, so we're excited about going to that place. We'll see how it goes. But still, favorite steak right now is still Arthur's.
All right. Mm-hmm. Right here, Little Rock, Central Arkansas, Arthur's.
Pick my knife.
Picked his knife.
While we're here, we're talking about some fine dining. Most expensive meal you yourself are paid for your better half, significant other. Most expensive meal we've ever paid for.
I forget the name of it.
I'll go first to get mine out of the way.
Sure, go.
We went to Yaya's about a month ago.
Okay.
And it's not like, I know more expensive places, but we got appetizer.
Two meals, two desserts.
Double appetizer. We both got a meal and we both got a dessert.
Yeah,
it racked up a big tab.
That's gonna get close to a Benjamin there.
Yeah,
$100 bill.
It was right around that. Yeah,
$100 bill, getting close.
All right.
Gotcha. For two of us.
Okay.
Awesome.
It was great though. Great meal.
Yeah.
That's about us. I mean, it's easy at certain places to drop 100 with two of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you get 3-course.
We've actually went out to eat there with some church members. I'm not going to say their name, but they're so great people. Went out to eat with church members. We just text and it was like, hey, let's go to dinner. And get done with dinner. They pay for the whole meal.
Yeah.
And I'd been the guy that got the appetizer and the 2 meal and 2 desserts. And
that's a tab.
So thankful for people like that. And they said,
absolutely.
Hey, for the stuff that you do for our church, this meal's on us.
That's cool.
That's cool.
so cool.
That is such a blessing.
So you didn't cover that tab though. Where's your most expensive tab?
Mine's going to be at a steakhouse. This was before I was married. We went out with a bunch of guys. We were playing softball in Shreveport. There was a steakhouse there, and forget the name of it. They have like a restaurant that's got like the same name, but then it's like the name with steakhouse under it, and there's 2 different buildings.
Yeah.
And so we went to the steakhouse because bunch of guys, we were going to eat the best steak. Steak was good. However, it's not the best I've had. But the sides you had to order separate. Like it was like when you order a steak, it's just a steak. When you order salad, like all this stuff's like a la carte, right? And you got to order all this stuff. But the steak was like $45 probably. The sides were like $17. The dessert was, $13 to $15. Just a 1-person ticket, mine was like $70.
Okay.
Oh wow!
All right.
And so I can't imagine, going out $70 for, and so that's going to be probably the most expensive restaurant that I've been to. Was in Louisiana, somewhere in Shreveport or Bossier City. It was a steakhouse. I forget the name of it.
Pastor, what you got?
And well, it is probably it's around here. Y'all's drop $50 bill. Also been to Petite and Keat, and we probably wouldn't have gone there. It's just the atmosphere is very nice. It's high end. The food is excellent. They have a one of the main menu chicken dishes. I cannot remember the name of it, but also in the duck mashed potatoes. They're all very good, but you're dropping $50 each, and that's where it was.
Yeah. Real quick question. Whatever, because I haven't heard about it in a while. Whatever happened to Rob's desire and love for Waffle House? Is it still there?
Oh, it's still there.
It's been a brewing.
It's been a brewing.
As soon as I go back in that place, it's over. I've been trying to refrain.
Yeah.
It's like an addiction.
What about your expensive meal, Sean?
Well, this is going to be...
You're probably about to do it.
Well...
501.
Was it Arthur's?
No, I guarantee you I won't. Let me just say this. I'm just going to say this, and I'm going to tell you that it was a special meal, okay? It was an anniversary, okay? So don't think that I eat this way all the time. But I will tell you, and we can pretty much end the show after this, that when I went to Arthur's, I got a steak that just the steak alone was more than what you guys have spent on your most expensive meal.
I believe
I remember
it.
you talking about that.
I've seen their menu. I believe it.
That's and that's all I'll say.
When they put market price beside stuff.
Yeah.
So is it good? Like, is it that good? You're swearing by it over here.
Yeah,
okay.
I want to eat the steak now.
I got to go now.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can
Let's go there for lunch. Pastor's paying his.
All right. So you can get their Arthur's kind of steak.
Signature steak.
It's their Arthur steak. It's you're looking at a $50 bill.
Yeah.
Just and everything's all a carte. Okay.
Probably about a 16-ounce ribeye is probably their signature. 12 ounce maybe.
I want to say
somewhere.
it's like an 8-ounce something or another.
Okay.
But the beef that I got was it the
Wagyu?
Wagyu.
Oh
yes.
yeah, that's expensive.
Yeah, Wagyu. It was aged, and just the steak alone. Forget all the a la carte stuff. And again, special meal. My steak alone was $1.25.
Wow.
And so we ended up walking out of there. Well, it doesn't matter. The steak alone was $1.25.
It was special.
Yeah, it was
That's
special.
the most expensive
Melissa,
meal
he
he's ever
loves
paid
you.
for.
We did get a free dessert though, so thank you, Arthur's, for that. And I got to pick my knife.
So
Pick your own
just
knife.
for a little fun, little last wrap up. If you could only eat one place, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the rest of your life,
Waffle House.
Well,
where are you going?
I was thinking
It's only because it's open 24/7.
Yeah.
That's it.
Chick-fil-A.
I'm Chick-fil-A too. I'm
Okay.
Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
Oh, Rob, it's hard to beat the All-Star Special, buddy.
Man, you can eat that any time of day.
And you got to save the waffle till the end.
Shout out to
It's like
Jeff
dessert.
Holsizer. He used to always say this: 10 o'clock is always a good time to
Hey.
go to Waffle House. AM, PM, doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Let's
matter.
go.
My waffle. The first time I've ever had Waffle House, my granddad took me in there, and I peeled off the menu, and it was syrup was.
That's
it
when
was-
you know it's going to be good.
And I looked, and I was like, he saw my face. He said, "Boy," he said, "this ain't the Ritz." I got so many Waffle House stories, though. I mean, we could just do.
Yeah.
Hey,
Let's go to Waffle House for lunch.
that's it. Segment the one of the next podcast like Waffle House stories. Guarantee you, we could fill up a whole
guess
podcast
yeah.
episode.
I got
Rob
some
always-
great ministry moments
Hey,
in Waffle House.
Rob
know.
has always said it's one of the most clean restaurants to go to because you can see
You can see the kitchen.
yeah.
It has to be clean.
We just need to stop right here.
stop while we're ahead.
This is a podcast episode, guaranteed. We're gonna make it happen.
Talk about
no
ministry
doubt.
moments in Waffle House.
And I think we need to pack up all the equipment and do it
At Waffle House.
Yeah, put some
Absolutely.
batteries in this thing and go.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep.
Hey, well, we hope you guys enjoyed today's episode and that you just had some laughter and enjoyed it with us. And if you have any podcast ideas, feel free to shoot us a text.
Send it to
or
us.
tell us to us
Before
at
you
church.
wrap it up, Caleb, I got something.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
want to encourage our listeners today. We've been talking about food and having fun, but I just got a challenge for all of our listeners listeners, invite somebody to dinner. One of these spots we've talked about, take them out, maybe pay for their dinner, and just enjoy life together at the table.
I pray we all continue on that mission of following Jesus, loving others, and reaching the lost.